Well, here on my channel, I like to be completely transparent with everything about my adventures. I like to show you all about cruises that I go on and tell you very honest reviews about the cruise ships. And I've recently dealt with a nightmare scenario that I have to just be honest with you about. And I'm just making this video to tell you more of a cautionary tale. I'm not complaining or anything, but I just want to let you know about something that's happened to me over the past week. In fact, this video is not supposed to be on my channel right now. This is not the content that I was expecting to make and to put out right now. You're supposed to be seeing a cruise. I was supposed to be on a cruise. You're supposed to be seeing that content. But unfortunately, some things happened, and it led to me, for the very first time in 35 cruises, or what would have been 35 cruises, having to cancel a cruise on my own accord because of something that happened. Meaning, I've had cruise lines cancel cruises on me before, but I've never canceled a cruise. Now, in this video, I'm not going to talk about the cruise line. I'm not even going to mention the cruise line that I had to cancel with, because the cancellation policies now across the major cruise lines are pretty much all the same. But I did just want to tell you what happened, what I'm looking at now, and just why it's been such the nightmare that it's been. Hello everyone, my name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man, and if you've never watched my channel before, well, welcome, and I encourage you to go down below and hit that subscribe button, because I cover a lot of cruise ship content here on my channel. Love to go on a cruise and share my adventure with you, and I love to just tell you my honest opinions about everything about a cruise and the cruise industry, and that's what we're going to do in this video today, because like I said, I did have to cancel a cruise. Everything from the onset, the reason why I had to cancel the cruise, to canceling the cruise itself, to the fallout, the aftermath now, dealing with that and trying to get some of my money back. So we're going to talk about all that, but I'll start with what happened. So I woke up one day feeling pretty rough. A couple days before my cruise, I started with like a scratchy sore throat. So as my symptoms increased and my condition deteriorated, I did take a COVID test and tested positive for COVID just a couple days out from my cruise. So that prompted me to, sort of in a high gear. I knew I had this cruise coming up, I had a flight and everything, and I'm like, I can't go. So I did do a visit to my doctor. The doctor gave me explicit instructions not to travel, gave me a note saying that I shouldn't travel. So I call up the cruise line and inform them that I have tested positive for COVID, and they said, well, you're just going to have to cancel, and our cancellation policy, which I knew, states that, we will have to keep 100% of your cruise fare because we are past final payment date. So you will not be entitled to a refund of your cruise fare. Now, you are still entitled to refund to your port fees and taxes and any prepaid gratuities, anything like that. You are entitled to refund to that. And then at the time that I was canceling, I did ask the agent. I was like, well, I've also booked Wi-Fi. I always book premium Wi-Fi ahead of the cruise because usually you can get the best price on it before the cruise if you prepay it. And I've also booked a shore excursion. I will be getting a refund for those, correct? And the agent said no. She said because you were just within a couple of days, because the cruise planner is already shut down for your cruise, you can't manage or update any of your existing, excursion or dining reservations. I didn't have dining reservations, but anything that you would make ahead of the cruise, you can't go in there and manage those yourself. The policy is that you will not be getting a refund for those, which I thought was pretty weird, because if I am on the cruise ship itself, there's usually a 24-hour policy where I can go and cancel a shore excursion and get my money back or onboard credit or whatever. So I didn't think that was great. I didn't like that answer. That made me very nervous, because now the cruise line is going to be keeping a lot of my money. So I was only going to be getting a very small fraction of the money back. So this was just a nightmare. I was sick. I wasn't feeling great. And I was on the phone for a good portion of that day with the cruise line, just trying to get this cruise canceled and try to see what money I could get back. But just know, and I think it's pretty well known now, and it's of course something that you're supposed to accept and read in the cruise contract when you're booking your cruise, but the cruise lines, all of the cruise lines, at least that I'm aware of, all the mainstream major cruise lines now, their policies have now changed. I think sometime in 2023, most of them all changed. There's no more exceptions for COVID anymore, because when cruising resumed after the pandemic, there was all these exceptions where they would give you future cruise credit or give you a refund even if you tested positive or had COVID when it came time to cruise. None of those exceptions are in place anymore. It's the same as everything else. If you have to cancel your cruise, you're not getting a refund. They're not getting your money back. I knew that. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not saying I was entitled to my money back. Please don't be down in the comments shaming me, because I knew that, and that's not the point of this video. My point is just to tell you the process of how canceling the cruise and getting the refund for the money that you are entitled back, how that all works. So that's been about a week ago now since I canceled the cruise, and I will say that as of like 2 days ago, so maybe like 3 or 4 business days it took, I did have the refund for those port fees and taxes expenses and gratuity amount. I did have that back on my credit card. And despite what the agent on the phone told me, she did misinform me, which I thought was the case, and I'm glad it was. I did get the refund back for my Wi-Fi and my short excursion that I had pre-booked. So all that was automatic. I didn't have to ask that of the cruise line or anything. They just saw that my cruise reservation was canceled. I did request that they send me a copy of my cancellation confirmation because we'll need that later for things. And then the refund was just automatic and it went back on the original form of payment. So that was disappointing that I had to cancel the cruise, of course. No one likes to cancel a cruise. But then hundreds and hundreds of dollars that I was missing from that cruise fare. And how do you recoup that? How do you get that back? Well, this underscores the importance of having trip insurance. And I always tell my viewers in the many videos I've done on how to save money on your cruise and how to prepare for your cruise, buy trip insurance. And this is exactly why, because the cruise lines don't care. Like you see, they're going to take your money. They're not going to give your money back. That's their policy, right? And because we've given them that money and booked that cruise and accepted the cruising contract, they are entitled to keep that money. I don't think it's fair. I think that there should be more exemptions made, especially if you can prove that you've tested positive for COVID, or if you've got a doctor's note that you shouldn't travel. I think there should be exceptions made. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, we do have to accept the policies that the cruise lines have in place. I do wish they were a little bit more like the airlines, because I feel like after the pandemic, the airlines now, if you have to cancel a flight, pretty much for any reason now, they will give you a flight credit. I feel like the cruises at the very least could give you a future cruise credit, because they've already got your money tied up in, it's like when you buy a gift card. Like if I went out and bought a gift card for, like, let's say Southwest Airlines, and paid them $500. They've got my $500. If I never use that gift card, they've still got my $500. It's the same thing with the cruise lines. If I have to cancel my cruise, if they give me a future cruise credit for, let's say, my $2,000 cruise fare that was non-refundable, if I don't use it, they still have that money, right? But again, these are just thoughts that I had in canceling a cruise. I wish they were a little bit more understanding when it came to medical reasons and other reasons that folks have to cancel. There's a myriad of reasons, and sometimes it doesn't seem fair, but that's why you need to have trip insurance. So now I'm in the process. I do have really good trip insurance, really good travel insurance through my credit card company, and that's why I always book all my travel on one credit card. So make sure that you check, if you have a travel card, make sure you check what their travel trip insurance policy is, because a lot of them do cover travel costs if you do book with that credit card. So make sure you understand that and make sure you book with that credit card every single travel expense that you could incur, booking the cruise, booking the flight, booking Wi-Fi and excursions, etc. Book it all on that credit card so it's covered. I did start a claim with the trip insurance through my credit card company, and they've already told me it could be 4 to 6 weeks, and I had to fill out, I think there were like 7 or 8 different forms. It took me like half a day to fill those out. So it's a big convoluted process to even get your money back. So just know that even if you do buy trip insurance, third-party travel insurance, which I still recommend, have a primary travel insurance, meaning, go to insuremytrip.com or somewhere like that, buy travel insurance, and let your credit card company, whatever travel insurance they're offering you, let that be secondary to that primary that you're buying from a third-party company. And I guess the true cautionary tale here in telling you all this is, even if you do have trip insurance, you're not guaranteed to get that money back. You still have a lot of proof. The burden of proof is on you once you start saying, the cruise line didn't give me my money back. Well, you got to start proving a lot of things. I had to have a lot of documentation, such as that invoice which shows that I'd canceled the cruise, the original invoice showing where I booked the cruise and how much, the credit card statement showing where I booked and how much it cost and the original cost, all the receipts for everything I had bought, having a note from my doctor. So if you do come up sick, if you do test positive for COVID or anything else that you need to cancel your cruise for, make sure you get documentation, get a note from your doctor. There's other forms my doctor had to fill out. So it's a lot of documentation. So make sure as you're booking your cruise, as you're planning your cruise, and especially if you have to cancel for any reason, that you document very well the reason why, because you are going to have to prove all of that in order to get any money back. And I still don't know if I'm going to get my money back. I hope I am. I mean, I did test positive and showed that through documentation, but it's still insurance at the end of the day, right? The saying as it goes is the insurance company always wins. So we'll see. I'll update you later on how much money I actually get back. But again, just wanted to let you know in this video what's up, why you haven't seen any new cruise content coming out from me, because, well, I've been sick with COVID, I had to cancel a cruise because of that, and now I'm just in the process of fighting to get as much money back as I can from that canceled cruise. So let me know down in the comments, have you had to cancel a cruise? What was your experience like? What has your experience been like with travel and trip insurance? Have you used it through a credit card company? Let us know. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you found something in it informative, this cautionary tale about my nightmare cancellation that I've had to share with you today. And if you did enjoy this video, please go down below, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next adventure.